Got another egg cutting video, or I guess it's an egg cutting video. What's up, YouTube? So we do have an egg cutting, but it's literally just that one egg cutting because everything else is already out of the egg. So this was a mahogany pied paired to a pied. And this pied, the female, she actually just has the head pattern. Everything else is white about her, so I just wanted to pair her to something to kind of basic to see what I got. I always suspected maybe she had leopard because she was really dark. Don't know what's going on, but we do have one egg to cut. All of the other snakes have came out of the egg, so we are going to cut this one first, and then we'll talk about everything else that we see. Poking right there. So this is a mahogany pied. All right, so here we go. We got a normal pied. We got another normal pied. It's kind of crazy how this one's head's a little bit darker than the other one, but that could mean nothing right now. Then we have a mahogany pied. Pretty nice mahogany pied. Then we have another mahogany pied. Pretty nice. Staying. Then we have another mahogany pied. And the crazy thing is, this mahogany pied, you can look at the heads. This one on the left is so much darker. I guess it would be your right. But this one on the left, his or her head is so much darker. But once they come out of shed, or once they do shed, I'll know for sure. This one also has a really dark head. So possibly leopard, not really sure. The pattern is a little bit more wacky than a regular mahogany pied. Has a lot of like speckling coming down the saddles on these ones. But yeah, a lot of pieds. How many eggs was it? 5 eggs? 6 eggs? 6 eggs.
It's really cold.
So once they all come out of the egg, so we're just waiting on this one, I'll sex everybody and we'll do a little update video in the photo box to see exactly what we got, what genders we got. I do kind of want to keep one of these. Maybe this one. Hopefully it's a female. So we'll see what happens. So let's meet in the photo box after this egg, or this baby comes out of the egg here. So again, 6 eggs from a mahogany pied to a regular, supposedly regular pied. And she was very high white, so that explains why this one here, I keep saying female, hopefully it's a female, is high white, but that could also just be, you know, random. That's the thing about high white and pied and low white and pied. It's really sometimes just random. But well, hopefully we got something good in here. And I guess now I have to shed test the female for leopard because this has a really dark head compared to the other ones. And this one has an extremely dark head, even though it's in the egg. But let's go meet in the photo box and see what we got. So all of the snakes came out of the egg. So let's go look at to see what we got. Pretty good odds on the mahogany pieds. Not really sure on any of them having leopard, but pretty good odds in my opinion. I haven't sexed any of them, so we'll be sexing them as we go through this, but I can't say I'm not happy. So it's pied, so I'm always happy about some pieds. So these are pretty nice. Let's go look at them. So let's start off with the one I wanted to keep, which ended up being a male. And I know I kept calling him a her in the video, but he ended up being a male, so we will not be keeping him, but pretty nice. Love how white he is. So this is a mahogany pied with just some little bit on the tail and a little bit on the neck and head there. So pretty dope in my opinion. If it was a female, definitely would have stayed here. So mahogany pied. Then we have this mahogany pied, which is a female. Pretty dope looking. This one has a really dark head. Really like the way this looks. And that high white, I don't know, I guess when I edit this video, I'll post a picture of the mom, but there's no way for me to know exactly what she is, so I probably should shed test her, but I assume leopard based off how dark the head is, but there's no way of me knowing. Get up there. Go on up. Go on up. Get on up. Pretty dope. I love the way this snake looks, to be honest. Here we have another mahogany pied male. Pretty dope looking. This one and the female I just showed both have really dark heads, so I'm not really sure what's going on with them. This guy still has some egg stuff on his head there. So it's going to be interesting to see how they look after they shed out. But I love the way they look. I love mahogany pies, to be honest, but pretty dope looking. Look at that. The browns look so good. The browns and the blacks on these snakes are so amazing with the contrast of the whites. Pretty dope. The reason I want to say that there is possibly leopard in these snakes is because if you look around the saddles, there's really dark rings around them. Now, it could just be, you know, just the mahogany, but there's no way for me to know. And like I said, I do have to shed test that female to double check to make sure she is not a leopard pied or is a leopard pied. So there is that. Then we have this mahogany pied. This is the one that was still in the egg. So this is the one we weren't able to see when I was doing the egg cutting. But this is a mahogany pied. And this is a female. So just like the other one, I like the way that it was super high white. I do like my low white pieds, but I do like my high white pieds that have just mainly the head. Why y'all keep trying to leave me? Come on, stay with me. And therefore, I might be keeping this one. So pretty dope looking. And again, this is a female. And I like the way the tail has two different colors on it. I think that's pretty dope. We have, first we have this male here. This is a male, and as far as I can tell, regular pied, so a normal pied here. And that's it. Pretty basic, pretty normal. This one, I would consider this one high white as well, because it only has one piece of pattern on its body. So there you have it. Now, this little piece on the neck here, how it like goes and splits into two different patterns, I think that's pretty cool there. It's like two saddles joining into one. And let's go look at the last snake. And then we have another male, another normal pied, as far as I can tell. There's nothing else going on here that's weird. Pretty basic looking snake. Again. Again, this one's really like a medium to high white pied. But there you go. Pretty dope. Why are you staying out of focus? What is up with this today? I love how their muscles just work. Here we go. Here's the thumbnail. Look at all these snakes. Pretty dope. Somebody asked for pieds. I'm always asking for pieds. So let's look at some differences here. See if we can figure something out. This one here. Let's look at its head. If it'll let me. Come on. This one's here. This is a mahogany. You can see its head is brown. Then we have this one. The other one that's also low white. It's like a dark brown. So, side by side comparison. You can see one is much darker than the other. So I'm pretty sure this one has leopard in it. This one does not. So pretty significant difference there in the head color. And then there's also this one. Also has a really dark head. And then also y'all are being difficult. That one has a lighter head. So you can kind of see the differences there just by looking at the snakes. And I think that's all we got for today. Let's see. That one has a pretty dark head too. And the two normals. Pretty basic heads, but putting them side by side, you can kind of tell they're normals. All right. Hopefully you guys like this video. So if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put out in the future. As always, peace.